Okay, before this begins, I just want to throw this in here quick because I just finished making the video, and I just want to throw this out here in the beginning that there was no ill feelings or anything when I was making this video. I was poking fun, and I'm still poking fun, and I'm having fun. I still very much enjoy T-Spiracy. I just kind of look at this whole stream here with her and Jennifer as what I'm assuming to be a pretty maybe embarrassing, cringy kind of point in their streaming lives here on YouTube. I could be wrong, but that's how I would take it anyways. And I'm just poking fun at that, really. So enjoy.
Uni has been on fire lately. I know a lot of you ain't a big fan of him from what he did in the past, whatever, but he has never really bothered me. So I know he's been on fire lately, spitting facts.
You know, AZ, your viewers drink stuff. You need to warn some of them before you say some stupid shit like that. Not for nothing. More facts just came spitting out of my mouth than have ever come out of Uni's mouth talking.
Right? So I said to myself, let me just check out, see what he's been up to, okay? Then I come across, he just dropped some crazy, okay, a little while ago, and I don't know why nobody else has noticed this or talked about it.
Really now? You just happened to come across this really big bomb that he dropped there? Yeah, you know, you realize that the stream there, the video you're talking about, was a Periscope video, right? On Twitter? Now, in this stream here that I'm covering, isn't this you, T-Spiracy, in the comments who says, Mr. I miss a lot not having a Twitter, LOL. And then you say, I don't do Twitter. Too many weirdos. I do have Instagram, though. You can DM me there if you need to. I'm kind of curious how you just happen to come across this bomb that he dropped over on Twitter when you don't have Twitter and you miss a lot from not having a Twitter. And you can't really say that you just happen to hear about it because people were talking about it when you just said that no one was talking about it. Could it be that because no one was talking about it, Unirock needed someone to talk about it? Well, you just kind of chose to be it. I mean, at least own it, man. Own thy nasty. Come on, T.
My whole thing is this, and this is again my opinion, but when everything went down, when Nat came out with her video, when Little Miss Noble came out, where was EKC?
Right.
What was she talking about? Who was she talking about?
Yep.
Steve.
Why?
She was talking about Katie's abuse allegation against the officer. It was anything that they could, in my opinion, to damage Katie's credibility.
Yep.
My channel's been around for like a year and a half, almost 2 years. When has my channel not kind of existed to damage Katie's credibility because she really doesn't have much? Why would you expect anything different? Oh, but as far as the claim goes about how I was talking about Steve, how about we go and check that out? So, Kay Baxter streams were in the beginning and middle of July. So sometime just before then is when Little Miss Noble, I believe, made her video, and Nat made her video roughly around the same time. So why don't we just look at all of June and July? So here we have June 3rd. Oh, that's my cupcake video on Todd. Oh, and then there's the other one, Creeping on the Entitlement Translator. That's the other Todd video. Then we have Classic Rock Edition, Settlement Edition, the new KJ. No, really. You mean the internet is not your safe space? Breaking down the most entitled streams thus far. Yeah. Breaking down the entitlement of middle-aged white women. That would be about other members of the community. Entitlement Translator's archived video that never made it. That would be about words have power. Entitlement Translator responds to not so nice comments. Yeah, that's about a lot of people. Oh, here we go. Here's something that you did mention that I was talking about, only in accusations KJ made against an officer and department only. It's only that. I'm not talking in that video. You don't see my face or hear my voice once. It's all Katie. So I wasn't talking about it. Then we have Hooked on Fiction, another Katie video. I didn't pull the financials. That would be disputing or debunking Katie's claims that she didn't pull any financials on LB. Then we have responding to wonderful things said about me on the internet. New commentary, just the facts and evidence of Katie and Essa. Oh, here we go. Here's the Steve video, the one Steve video. That was on July 24th. That was after all these other things you've talked about. Then we have, delusions of grandeur, in other words, have power. Then another Unirock. And now we're in August. Hopefully I just help people realize just how valuable bringing evidence to a discussion can be.
Right. And Stina, Nat was around when the Facebook group was around. I don't know who told you she wasn't, but I was there. This was when Nat was around. I was there. I was in that Facebook group for a couple weeks. It didn't really have much activity, and I hate Facebook. She was there, right? She was.
Oh, really? A couple weeks? Because you joined the group on January 13th, and then you left on the 18th. That's not even 1 week. And also, you're saying that Nat was in the group while you were there? Because in your comment section to, again, this stream, hi, I think there was a misunderstanding. Someone was saying Nat didn't exist prior to her declaration. I said, yes, she did, because I knew of her when I was in the Facebook group. I didn't mean that she was in the Facebook group. I meant that since I was in the Facebook group very briefly prior to Nat's declaration, and I remember having convos about Nat around that time. Does that make sense? Yeah, you didn't, though. I mean, at least not in that Facebook group. You may have had conversations about her at that time, which would be kind of weird, because like I said, you joined the group on the 13th. You left on the 18th. The group was then archived on the 23rd, and Nat's declaration wasn't until the 27th. So, yeah, you may have had conversations about Nat, but it wasn't in the group, and therefore, I'm kind of curious about what kind of conversations you had and with whom. See, this is why things like facts and evidence are important to the group and why we keep spouting off about them all the time, because people either misremember things or they just flat out lie. One more thing, too, I almost forgot. You didn't actually leave the group, though. Or at least, I mean, that's not what you said. You said that you didn't leave the group, but you had to deactivate your Facebook page or profile due to personal issues, which I completely understand. I'm not throwing any shade at that by any means. But you specifically said you did not leave the group and that you would be back when you were going to reactivate your Facebook. Not sure why the two different stories, though. I mean, it seems like such a normal thing to do. I don't understand why lie about it. Either way, whatever the truth is, whether you left because you wanted to or you left Facebook because you felt like you had to, it's perfectly understandable. I guess I just don't really understand why it's something you wouldn't want to own.
I'm telling you guys, watch. Just like you didn't believe me about Nat, watch. Just watch, you know what I'm saying? So Steve showed up last week as a mod in Erin's chat. Yeah, and she's been making streams about him. Literally. Like holding hands. Like it all makes freaking sense, dude, I'm telling you.
You do realize that you did the stream on July 14th, and on July 21st, Steve was on your stream on panel for an interview by you. And it went very well, too, from what I recall. So, yeah, I guess, welcome to the cult there, T. Your monthly dues are due on the first Friday of every month.
Here's the thing. We know everybody says Steve's in California. I believe they said Kim is in Florida. Cheshire is Canada, but then Erin is close enough to the border that you never know. She might be hitting off of Canadian IPs. I don't know. But I do know Cheshire is in Canada, so that's 3 of them.
Yeah, I'm like hours away from the Canadian border, and I'm pretty sure you have some sort of grasp or handle on things network or internet online website related, especially considering you used to design websites or whatever, put them together or some shit. So I'm pretty sure you might kind of know or realize that a couple hours away from the border isn't going to connect me to Canada. Also, I live in the United States. So as a resident connecting to a United States ISP, it's going to be in the United States. It's not going to be in Canada. The only way I'm connecting to a Canadian server is through a VPN, which I often do use. Sometimes I even connect to Canada.
Things have been happening that are not normal. And on Erin, man, I'm just disappointed. I am. And now it makes complete sense why she aligns herself with all the nasty that dude does, because why not, right?
It's
Let's
a
just
smokescreen. It's a
let's just
smokescreen.
the enemy of my enemy is my friend, and people who do that have no self-respect or integrity, and it's gross. It's gross.
Or maybe it's just YouTube. Maybe it's just fun bullshitting, gossip, drama channels. Maybe it's just a way for people to just connect and interact and kind of just let go a little bit and release a little steam or whatever, or to feel something. Why are these commentary channels expected to live up to some sort of impossible standard of like nobility and enlightenment? I mean, it's just fun, man. Just have fun.
Well, I mean, think about it. It was a two-pronged attack. Think about it. Erin, in my opinion, she's done a very good job of completely destroying Katie's credibility, which I understand.
Awesome. Thank you.
And Katie's credibility was already kind of dicey. But she literally, stream after stream on that cop, stream after stream on Steve, and how, she literally picked through the temporary restraining order. She literally picked through.
Wow, you think so? Oh, thank you.
And then at the same time, she was weaponizing a certain other creator against Charlotte, against you, against anybody that followed you.
Of course. There it is.
It must have been one of her alters, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Wake up.
But the problem is, what's ever going to happen to her?
Nothing. She's in the UK. That's why they recruited her. What I want to know is how they all met up.
Well, because you see, because we knew that the kind of crimes we were going to be plotting and planning to do were like really serious ones, involving stock accounts and shit on Twitter. So there was really only one place we could safely meet up and, plot and plan this whole thing. And that was the international waters. So we commandeered a ship. Well, first we enlisted this whole school of whales, and they kind of helped us take over the ship. And then, it was our ship, yay! And so we plotted and we made all these plans and we started working on the stock accounts. But then we just got bored and we realized, why are we just limiting ourselves to this crime? We could do any crime we want. We're in international waters. So we kind of kidnapped some of the crew. And we forced them, just put on these little shows and entertain us because, it was kind of boring and we didn't have Wi-Fi anymore because apparently you don't get Wi-Fi all throughout international waters. Apparently Verizon doesn't cover like some parts of it or whatever. I don't know. And I guess Google Fiber they can't swim, so they can't put internet out there either. So we kidnapped the crew and we're thinking, well, what kind of shows can we have them put on? So we put all these suggestions and everything into a hat and we just drew them out. Well, we ended up drawing quadriplegic mimes. And, well, they all kind of sucked at it.
How? Were they like, yo, we need someone from the UK to take the fall, whatever, to do the dirty work? Like, how did this all go down?
Well, I mean, of course, we needed someone from the UK. I mean, it wasn't like we could choose someone from international waters when there's no Wi-Fi there.
Were they like, yo, we need to find somebody who we can blame the mental illness on? Like, I'm telling you, man, like, where does Nat come in? Because I followed KJ forever. I ain't never seen that girl in any chats, comment, anywhere. She came out of nowhere.
See, we knew that you'd never be able to find her. That's why we chose her, because, she has alters. I mean, were you looking for Nat, or were you looking for her alters? And, her alters aren't usually in the community. They all kind of just group and hang out in Unirock's community. It has something to do with how or why alters are even created to begin with. Usually it's because of something really horrible that happens in their life, some sort of trauma. So the alters are then created and they revert back to at a time before the trauma when they felt safe. Usually they revert back to their childhood, as kids. So they all hang out in Unirock's stream or community there because it reminds them of just like kindergarten. I guess something about how, like, Unirock's team, like, they're always whining and pissing their pants.
And that was literally the only evidence that she existed. It might have been a video from a little bit later than that. But, my whole thing is, so this is a person that didn't exist, right? How did she all of a sudden go from, like, no involvement to despising Katie so much that she's going to file CPS report?
Wait, what? Did you just ask how someone could just come into this community, like, all of a sudden, and then, like, instantly despise Katie and despise her that much? Like, do you even know Katie?
FBI knows who it is, blah, blah, blah. And this all happened tonight, too. So
Last night and tonight.
Last night and tonight. So what the Uni's timing and Katie's tweets, they're all lining up. If you read Katie's tweets, and if you listen to what Uni's saying, they all line up.
Uni said the IP addresses came from those places maybe 2-3 days ago. So, I mean, literally, boom, boom, boom. And now, Katie specifically called out Kansas last night. And then tonight she said St. Joseph, Missouri, which is literally right across the bridge from Kansas.
Okay, I confess. Those were all my IP addresses. I'm not really human. I'm a Gmail server. Yeah. For fuck's sake, those weren't IP addresses.
I'm sorry. We've now got both Uni and Katie saying the same thing.
That's interesting. You mean the two idiots both speak idiot and you all understand them?
And we all know Katie doesn't have any love for Uni right now. It's not like they're all bumping heads making conspiracies together, because Katie threatened, I think, to sue him just recently.
Oh, she threatened to sue him? It must be pretty serious. I mean, she's never done that before.
That's all I really wanted to say. I just wanted to play that. I thought it was interesting. It aligns with the Katie tweets. I know they're talking to the FBI. It is what it is. Believe what you want. I'm more inclined to believe there's definitely some truth droppings in there.
Oh, I definitely agree with you that there's a lot of droppings in this shit.
Yeah, you don't want to be doxxed.
I'm curious why Steve's talking to the FBI in Boston.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he posted that on Twitter.
That's weird.
And why was he so specific about the location?
I don't know. Maybe maybe Boston has like a cyber thing or something. I'm starting to wonder. I was wondering that myself. Funny that you say that. Yeah. I'm wondering if my city has a Boston cyber crimes. I know like different FBIs have different like branches and stuff. Yeah, specialties. So I'm starting to wonder what's over here that's so spectacular.
You're fucking kidding me, right? You're kidding me, right? You're fucking with me. This is Poe, right? Are you guys fucking with me? Okay, now it's time for member shoutouts. I'd like to thank
Sassy Nas, Megan's, Angel Cake, Trisha Burge, Nana Hawk, Nikki May, Sweet Home Amanda, Laura Nelson, Beth Yant, Everybody Burps, Lil Mousy Girl, Rascally Rabbit, Manya, Maria Rose 1, Lola Flo, Crystal Clark, Sky Vision, Amputee, TJ from Alaska, Christine Gregg, Mishmash, Lola W, Cherry Berryman, Chronic Space, Sassy Elmo, Autistic Chill, Christy Z, Busy B, I'm fucking Reagan, Daddy Morgan, Y'all Nana's Not Drunk, Mariana Santos, Straysky, Christina Elizabeth, Verillion, Ruby Red Shoes, Shila's Messy Art, Osval, Megan Broussard, Diane Harlow, T King, One Warped Angel, Rose, TB, Austin James, TB, Cheryl, Crystal, Totally Clueless, Sally Godfrey, Paula Dupree, Sue Elliott, Rena Rue, Sunny D, Bo Roundtree, Claire Esper, Jamie Couchard, Jovi's Mom, Annette Carlson, Police Wife Life, JCM, Kimberly Rowdy Mom, Atticus Finch, Leah, Jeanette Stevens, Gentry Art, Jen Gerard, Poodlerific, and Yoo-Hoo Shoo Shoo.
Thank you very much for joining, and thank you everyone for watching.